All right. Good late morning, everyone. Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. I apologize about being a little bit late, actually later than I usually am. So I do apologize. I'll make it up to you. Look at Delta going up. Now the airlines, TJ. Anyway, a lot to do. This was a CPI day. Keeping in mind that I would like, as we look at the Tradeview Markets, I want everybody to keep in mind that this is a heavy option week, end of the quarter option week. It's a lot of option activity, both short, not really so much long-term going out. Short-term option activity has been really on point, if you will. If you go back, well, you know what? We will sign in right now. Some reversals. They're selling some winners, and some things are having dead cat bounces, maybe forming a base. It's yet to be determined, but I'll talk about that as well. Hold on a second. We're in TradeGATEHub. I sign in just the same as everybody else, and boom. Okay, do one thing is go to our red YouTube channel, because this being Wednesday, Monday morning is always most important, because it's the most amount of data that I put, always preaching quality over quantity about basically dynamic information that might play out during the week, or at least concrete info to which everybody's watching or devise a plan. All right, so go. Yesterday, Coach and I, 113, 200 views, 80 views. What happened? I must have let somebody down with 80 views a day ago. Okay, bottom line is I don't have an ego. Go back and go to the data that worked this week. Option flow. Let me go to my chart, my main screen right here. What option flows work? Morgan Stanley was taking a ton of options, acting very well. What else do we have here going back? Uber, still acting well, gave back a little, did the fake out. You know, a lot of stocks are still trying to base or turning over a little bit, sans MU. And I want to bring some MU. Is that above that number there? What is that little right here? 7165. Okay, MU. If I'm going on tangent, it doesn't matter, because I'm getting down to the point. Getting to the point to making money. Point is to make money and not be right. It's not to be right, it's to make money. Sometimes you're lucky. Okay. BLD heads lower. Good job, TJ. Glad to have you back. They're going to squeeze. They did. Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, CVS, still good, by the way. That worked. Crocs, added to Boyle. I traded Boyle well today. Whatever. It was very active. Jwin, wow, that was the chance to buy it. Overstock head calls. Where's Overstock now? All right, Overstock head calls daily. It's basing. I'd watch for that one maybe to resume. But let me get into what I was saying. Foot Locker was ripping. It was ripping. That opened 1740 to 1785. Okay. Back to more. Or back to what my point was. EGH. You know what? I went this far. Let's go with our plan. For those that are long energy stocks, I get it. Short-term sentiment has been held up by the oils. If the oils weren't weak, we'd be a lot lower. New York City Bank. You know what's also taking a lot of put action? Schwab, TJ, SCHW. I'll show you that when I go to the Jesus feed, if you will. Schwab's taking a lot of, so is US Bank. I saw US Bank and Schwab. And by the way, DJ, you're probably going to like this one. This is US Bank. And by the way, that one got pinned. I don't know how much juice you're going to have it in there, but certainly if you flip the chart over, you know, it looks kind of bullish on if you were to flip it over. It has that move in it. Yesterday, it had decent volume. And by the way, Coach, if you're listening, the volume came right up to that 50-day, that blue line. That seems to be the line in the sand, or at least from what I learned. But still, thank God, holding true, or else would be out of the business to a degree. I'm being facetious. 50 days usually the line in the sand, short term, to resistance and or support. And just like a couple of videos or points we made yesterday, USB went to the 50-day. Now it had its chance with the thing is it had volume on a normal. What was yesterday? Tuesday. It had its chance to do something. Failed. Let's go to the 5-minute US Bank. Well, TJ, when you brought up NYCB, which I should bring up, I think I brought it up. Yeah, you know what? It's very good. But you know what? I mean, it's got a lot of air between the 50-day and the 200-day, but it's also got a lot of support there. The one that's, that I would, US Bank is the one that's curling moving averages going out, every single one of them. and has the volume and has the poor option flow. So NYCB, I get it. Let's look at other ones. But Morgan Stanley's acting well. Sprint. I don't know why I brought the Sprint. That's 701. Morgan Stanley, JP Daddy is the best of breed. That was taking a little option flow. Third day up moves may be over. Let me go back into TradeGATEHub because I got off track, although those were good points made by everyone. Bravo to Kellogg. All right, so what do I want? MU. MU is the next to explode. It feels like holding a beach bill underwater with MU. There was my Boyle trade. Buying Boyle at 55.60, selling it. I think they sold it, got to 59. My Boyle trade. Had a plan. Might not have worked, but it did. Boyle. I think I sold the top on this freaking thing. 55.70, 58. No, it didn't go to 59. I still have some of it. That looks real good. Boyle, UNG, natural gas. Speaking of natural gas, that's coming up to a little bit of resistance, but we'll see. RRC, this is the stock to own. This is what natural gas is done. And RRC is natural gas. This RRC, I have to get into more of it. It's getting the highlighter. RRC live on air. RRC, maybe, yeah, I have to buy that one. Let's look at the other ones. TGH Holdings, SM. Gave a little back. Now I have to rethink. Bitch. SU. Looking at well, that's well. EOG. Did we shake it that TJ? They shake us out? I don't know. It's not too bad. I mean, 133 option expiration, maybe waffles between 130 and 135. That's not a religion. It's how I feel. Let's go back to TGH. MU next to explode. Now let me look at MU. Oh my God. Oh, this is so good. Oh my God, I can't believe it. MU. Let's go to MU. We're in a little bit of a sell territory for those that are short term. C bullish. C taking calls to January. And they're paying above that. Some guy paid $1 million for C calls going out to January. Citicorp. That's what happens. That's like kind of the beach ball. Citicorp. Coach and I have been pressing all the way down since freaking 47 to 40. But you know what? You take your eye off the ball. You play 9 holes within the last 12 hours. It's from 40 to 43. But it was taking option flow. It's still taking option flow. Maybe you want to buy it. It's taking the right type of flow. People are going into January with by the way, a lot of January calls. So they might be wrong before they're going to be right, but they're banking at least within four months from now they're going to be right. Also, taking color here. Amazon still. And why is Amazon doing? You no longer have to think that the oils are the ones holding up the market because Amazon hit a 52-week high today. And there it says RSI is 66. There's Amazon. Wooden step in front of it is the TGH holding. It's also a Kirk holding, even better. Amazon, Tesla, giving a little bit back. I beg to differ. So Tesla's sitting at 272. You have 275 resistance. It's more of, I'm not stepping here. Oh, look at this, Mike. He's on it. See that? I'm not sacrilegious. RRC, bullish wise guy action, $30,000 bet. That doesn't impress me. I could do that in some calls. So it is what it is. The VIX just bloody red. I sound like I'm British now. AMD in the triangle. Let's go to MU. This is the Jesus feed. I got to give props. A lot of bit dull out here. Quiet mixed overall tape. SE, overstock October, semis a little flow, BTU I mentioned, Zim bearish flow. I sold that one in the fund very well. Where's MU? I promised a win. I promised MU. As you can see, SU is going by at a rapid. Schwab, TJ, there you go. Schwab bearish. Those are the puts short term, but they're selling it into. I mean, they sell lower. Citibank bullish more. SC, Riven, you bastard, bearish. Why would they do that to me? Where's MU? Because I have to prove points. 1027. MU was just recently. I'm going back too far because I saw it right before I took out Tony Pistachio Venezia. AMD bullish, AMD, IGT, RRC, Tesla SE, Tesla Snap. Don't do it to me. I can't do it. Might as well buy more Lucid if I'm going to buy Snap. MU, there we go. MU, they're going out to where? All Septembers. Not much credence, but they are paying at the ask. And they did buy it at the open. And you look at the chart. I mean, you have to be in it. I mean, listen, I don't even think it's that crowded. MU, oh my God, it never even went that down with the semis. How about AMAT? AMAT, this MU's the one. AMD's hanging in there. Taiwan semi. Let's look at CLS. CLS hanging in. Let's look at J-Bull. It's not really in the same sector, same groups, but I'm looking at some sexy ones. CCJ bullish. Oh, what a surprise. CCJ bullish. Somebody's riding a winner still. Because that's besides the refiners. PBF, anybody out there but begs to differ, they're incorrect. PBF taking the best flow, and second was CCJ. And this was from 34, 38. Okay, a couple of things to say. All right, you have a stock like Macy's. Let's keep that in mind. You have a stock like J-Win. You have that in mind. It just might be they cover. This is when I pointed out a couple of times, and go back to Monday. Well, the sharper the sharper people in the room know this, no disrespect, is that the hedge funds are very short, and they're short particular names. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a reversion to the mean, if that's a proper vernacular. Someone correct me. If they dip into a J-Win, or they try to buy Enhanced Auto Parts, which I'm in, I nibbled. I'm not going to lie, because you know why? It took out yesterday's low. I don't have much right here. I'm up in it. If it takes out 50, you know what? I'm not going to wait for this. I bought a little bit. I'm not going to lie. You know why? Also, I saw Goodyear Tire popping with volume. I should probably be buying Goodyear Tire. A, option flow. B, bounce properly off the 200-day. C, never broke down. And D, I'm buying a laggard. But that's why I nibbled on it. I see some of the retailers like bouncing a touch. Crocs is another one I want to bring up. My God, what happened to Crocs? I did buy Crocs. I sold it. I bought it at the low, or near the low. I sold it right after. I was looking at the daily, and I said, I was looking at the weekly. I said, I was getting excited because I thought Crocs was coming to the 200 weekly, the weekly on the 200-day. So I knew I was, listen, this is a big difference between 83.40 and where it was at the time, 86. But I was actually looking at the weekly. Then when I went to the daily, I really didn't think it had that much in it. So when I realized my mistake, I sold it if it went up a little bit next, but that's it. So let's go to what the option guys doing. Actually, we're seeing what they're doing on this other page. The only thing is we'll do for a little bit pullback on the anti-rinse delta. How about the airlines? Alaska Airlines. I told you they were bottoming. It doesn't mean they're bottoming that I'm going to buy it. I don't think that Alaska Airlines is going to go back to freaking 46. I mean, today they bottomed on bad news, ALK. I mean, how much, let's look at the 5-minute. Certainly broke above. The stock went from 38.60 to 39. Let's look at Jets. Let's look at the sector. Jets, 17.90, not much in it. There's so much underwater that, you know what? I guess TJ was making a facetious opinion, but a correct opinion. I was looking for a day move, but I wouldn't put much. If I don't have it at a juicy number, I'm not going to be chasing Jets here or LUV. You know what I mean? I don't know how much love has in it. Delta might be pulling a doji from last I looked, I remember. Doji's over. Delta moved from 39 to 40. It looks like a bigger move, but it's not. You have to be very right to make a move from 39 to 40, considering what they've been doing. So next, VIX, as we look at the Jesus feed, anti-VIX still pinned. I'm shocked. What else do we have? Let's look at movers. Let's look at movers. If I'm fast and furious, all you have to do is pause this when you go back on YouTube and watch. This is most actives. What do I like? Grab, not interested. Soxel, that's a direction on the market. Ford acting well, not interested. AAL, an airline that was the low 1366, no range. A 30-cent range, not interested. Amazon, well, I'm naturally interested in that because it's a year high. It's heavily weighted in the indexes, and it's a behemoth. So a lot of these things are most actives to me right now look to be either indices or spec stocks, which is WeWorks, needs no introduction. RCKT is the sexy stock of the day. AMC bouncing. Roblox I brought up 19 times in the room. Right now it's 27.39. The low is 26.64. Oracle needs no introduction. And you, I brought up here. You have Roblox and you. So I go back to TGH today. I mean, I should be doing this. It's my job, but I do at least point out on volume, price action, and range. Where are we? Roblox you, and that was an hour ago. 2 poor breakdowns. I apologize about the spelling. I got freaking 1,000 things to type. I actually been voice messaging things instead of typing. Everybody's making fun of me. I guess that's passe because I'm a Generation Xer. Whatever. All right, let's go to what the news screen is. Let's go buy some news because I'll sign off with that. As I've been on the video since 11, Qualcomm highs, Smartsheet lows, Citigroup speaking. That's why. SPPL halt after an IPO. Here we go. Uh-oh. This is what I see. SPPL on the low float IPO list. I'll write that down. RTX. Alexis, what does RTX do the last couple of days? I hope you're on this thing. RTX, dead cat pounds. There's a stock, maybe a little bit more you'd be looking to short. I'm not saying it's going to new lows, but maybe another bounce. It's still not at yesterday's close, 76.80. So you know what? 76.80, that might be big. Listen, I wouldn't trade a lot of it. 76.80, right? The note, paper trading RTX short at 76.48. Paper trading, my God. Everybody wanted a paper trade anyway, so it doesn't matter. MDGL, Netflix, nothing. Walmart up slightly near the 52-week high list. The Walton's been blown. They've been selling stock aggressively. Lewis, you're the one that knows this. They were selling stock, I believe it was, where was it? They were selling it right around here, 150. They left billions on the table, the Waltons, as it's approaching a weekly high, a monthly high, all-time highs, Walmart. No recession, no problem. As USO is near the highs. So Walmart is at the highs and crude's at highs, multiple year highs. That's interesting to me. You know why it's interesting to me? Because I'm glad I don't pay attention to my brain and I trade price action, because that would not make sense. Okay. Next. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Any questions? NYCB, we'll keep an eye on. Schwab. What other banks when we printed up? What about Wally? What about Wally? No volume for Wally. Looks like Valley National. VNY. Oh, they changed the symbol. VLY. Valley National. That could be a decent short. I mean, if you take 100,000, breaks this downtrend line. This is one that was $6. Also broke this upper range. Yeah, I mean, it could. I just don't want to manage the. I'm not good at trading these. I'm just not good at these type of things. It's a short. It's going to 870, but it's 890. You know what I mean? Anyway, next, I'll leave it at that, guys. All right. So CPI was out today. Markets really not doing much. More stock direction than index direction. So you know what I mean? Keep in mind what's going on. Have a plan. I don't think it's a big earnings night tonight. If so, obviously I post them all the time anyway. That's part of my plan. Paul's aggressively shorting the pound dollar. He's still not giving it up. It's 11:30. I know what time it is in the overseas there. So hang in there, guy. TJ, welcome back. Anything? Let's go to my Twitter feed. Should play some music as I go to my Twitter feed. Yeah. Hedge fund to short UK. More block trades as Europe closes. So Europe is closing at 11:30 Eastern. Not enough size. Trim little Amazon if the 52-week highs. I don't know about that, but it's okay. PayPal, no bounce. Jake, a TGH guest, fact. You know what? That's it. That's it. Everything now is predicated upon this for me until I sign up. Movers, cent gainers, 15 minutes. I'm not in any of these, unfortunately. Oh, hold on a second. I usually have stocks at least trading 100,000 shares as I set my parameter. So what's moving up the last 15 minutes? I got anything? AMC ripping, WeWork ripping. They're taking even CHPT. What's the losers the last 15 minutes? Mike V, Skechers. What happened there? The shoe sector. Uh-oh. Skechers, I guess Nike. Look at Skechers. What happened there? Maybe Nike is not bottoming. Skechers, the shoe store, really having a bad day here. Let's look at the other ones. Let's go to the other secondary shoemakers. ON. Nope. Nike. We even have to go to Shoe Carnival. SCVL. Boot. Oh, CAL. Ooh, that's a thin one. CAL. I have ASO short. Is that going down? I hope it's below 50-20. All right, ASO. How do you not like this ASO short? Look at this thing. Gap under, failed. You know, it's outdoor sports situation. Here's the weekly. Look at this thing. Oh, I have to hold it. It's almost like the BLD, TJ. You want to make money in this type of trade, don't watch it. You know what I mean? We're going to wake up and I believe it's going to be in the 40s. So I'll leave it at that. I am short ASO. I just thought it's hammering it up today. I was 50-40. I'm top ticking it. See that print? That was somebody trying to get out. Here's the 5-minute ASO. Actually trading it pretty well. Any print is a print, you know, it's that short covering. It's not a buy, believe me. Where's AAP? AAP. I'm in that. AAP, I'm up a little bit. Well, you know what? Nothing's going. I'm looking at Skechers and AAP. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Tradeview Markets. Please be attentive and aware of our huge media presence on all social media platforms. That's why, besides Coach and I doing this, TradeGATEHub is free because we're such a growing company that we're able to give you a high-level product because we have other high-level products to give you, which everybody likes, including this one. So that's how we're able to do it. So cheers. Thanks again for tuning in. Go to TradeGATEHub, have a plan. Don't let your trades turn into positions. Thanks.